All right, there we are. Welcome everybody on YouTube to our Equinox and Eclipse Emergence Celebration brought to you by the Quantum School team. We are just super excited to be with you today. All right, let me make sure all the technology is working properly. Hi, everybody over on YouTube. Please go ahead and put your name and location into the chat and the comments on YouTube as well. And let's see who's on. We have lots of people joining in, which is wonderful. Hi, Grace in Sydney. Hi, Nanunan. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right, but welcome. Hi, Charlene in South Africa. Hi, Joan in Alaska. Hi, Jenny in Durango. Hi, Sherry in British Columbia. Jeff in Colorado. Hello, whoever you are in San Diego. I can't quite tell your name there. Welcome, Steinar in Norway. Rich in California, Gina in San Diego. Welcome, M in New Zealand, Sue in Ontario, Canada, June in Ontario, Canada. I wonder if you're neighbors, Sue and June. Welcome, Noemi in New York City. Welcome, Diane in the Midwest, USA. And many, 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 many more. Welcome, everybody. We are just so glad to have you with us. Happy equinox, everybody. We are gathering on this powerful day when we have equal day and night, equal dark and light. And we're going to share more about that as we go. But just to start us off with that recognition that this is a very sacred day, this very special point in time on the wheel of the year where we have celebrated for tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of years as humans, right? This very powerful time when the day and night are exactly equal and we feel the portals opening and the veils thinning to allow us to create magic, allow us to set our powerful intentions, and we will be doing that together today. So let's begin. And we have so much to share with you today, and we will move into a beautiful ceremony and shamanic journey at the end of the gathering. And we will leave you in that space so you can stay in that space as long as you wish. I do invite everybody to go and, if you don't have one already, go and get a candle or some sage or Palo Santo or all three. And let's open up sacred space together with our beautiful sacred fire element as we begin here today. And let's call upon all of our guides and the forces of nature that are here with us, our ancestors, our angels, and all those beings who are watching over us, protecting us, guiding us at every step. And let's take a deep breath in together, feeling the power as our guides arrive and join this sacred circle with us today. And on the out breath, let yourself just put down any burdens, any worries. Just let yourself let go of them, at least for a little while here. You can put them down, give them to Mother Earth, let her hold on to those for you, so you don't have to carry them right now. And then taking another deep breath in, really let yourself receive the oxygen, the sunlight, all of the abundance that surrounds us at every moment. And breathing out, let yourself come fully present here in this beautiful, powerful space on this beautiful day. All right, welcome in, everyone. So I will share my screen with you here. And this is going to be really wonderful because this is, I think, our first official meeting and gathering and ceremony to just be here with the Quantum School and to just celebrate together. And you're going to get to know Kathleen and Anna more today, which I know you all are just love them and see them on our webinars, but you don't get to hear as much from them. And I'm super excited for Kathleen and Anna to be here, and they have beautiful things to share with you today. And yeah, we're just really happy to gather with you. So as we celebrate this equinox day, as we celebrate this time when we're emerging from the eclipse portal, because we had eclipses from on September 7th and September 21st. And so we've just completed that 2-week eclipse portal, which is always quite intense. We look forward to hearing your shares as related to that. So this gathering today is brought to you by the Quantum School. And for any who are not yet familiar with the Quantum School, I know many of you already are, but if you're not, this is a really amazing school that we have created that officially opened its doors in January 2024 as a branch of Sacred Planet. And it has been growing by leaps and bounds ever since then. And we have just been so inspired and uplifted by the response to the Quantum School. Now, this school is unique and unlike any others out there that I know of, because we really hold as one of the central facets and principles of it, sacred economics and the global wealth revolution by offering every single one of our programs completely on a donation basis. And we are so delighted and overjoyed to be doing that and to bring you visionary teachers and their just really radical and new world building topics that they're teaching on completely on a donation basis. So no one is excluded. So everything is for the whole community. And it's been such a beautiful journey, and we are growing, and we're going to share with you some of our things coming up next on this call as well. And the third piece here that is powering our school is all of you out there, the amazing global community of visionaries and change makers who are attending these calls and on this ceremony today and attending these courses and showing up and transforming in your own lives, right? Doing this deep healing work, doing the amazing work of visioning a new future for our world, and then making that happen in the ways that we each can in our own lives. So thank you for doing that. And thank you for being here today. We're so excited to gather with you. And you can learn more about the Quantum School at quantum-school.com. I'll share just a little bit about me, and then we're going to go to Kathleen and Anna. So I'm Jocelyn Starfeather, and I am a visibility coach for visionary entrepreneurs, an astrologer, sacred site pilgrimage guide, and founder of Sacred Planet, as well as the founder of the Quantum School. And truly, my mission is to guide all of you who are ready to leap in breaking free from everything that has held you back in the past, because I know we are here to build the radical new world together. And I know that we can reach back to these ancient tools of astrology and the ancient wisdom written in the hieroglyphs and so many other incredible ancient sources of knowledge to inform us about what we are creating going forward in highest integrity with our highest values. And it's so beautiful to see the transformations in this community and all that we are creating together. So I want to turn it over to Kathleen, first of all, to share a little bit more about your journey. And I will stop the share for a moment. Kathleen, thank you so much for being a multi-galactic course manager in the Quantum School. Thank you so much for being an amazing mom, an amazing inspiration in so many ways. And yes, welcome. And I'm so honored to be here with you.
Thank you, Jocelyn. And we were saying just before the call that as a child, I could never have envisaged being able to call myself a multi-galactic course manager. But how amazing if our children can grow up and go, I'm going to be a multi-galactic this or whatever they term they would love to call themselves. So yes, I'm so honored to be in this beautiful dream team with all of you. I call myself a quantum seamstress because I love working with bioresonance frequency, healing, esoteric hypnotherapy, and I'm a lifelong apprentice of the universe with astrology and the gene keys. Because I get to facilitate alongside all of these incredible visionary legends that are our quantum school teachers, I've been inspired and ignited to become a teacher myself. And one of my favorite parts of this is co-creation and community. So, as Jocelyn said, I'm also a mama bear of five here in the Bay of Islands, Aotearoa, New Zealand. And my greatest dream for 2027 is to build a beautiful temple here and have all of the quantum school teachers and community come and be here in person with me. So, thank you. And yeah, thank you, Jocelyn and Anna. You just make this soul work the funnest thing to do in the whole world.
Thank you, Kathleen. So much love to you. Thank you for your share. And Anna, thank you also for being a multi-galactic course manager. And thank you for all the magic and all the sparkles and all the light that you bring in here to our amazing school.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jocelyn and Kathleen. And it's just wonderful to have this community here. And I felt the eclipse portal. Did anyone else? So I feel like I'm a different person on the other side of it, and I'm very, very excited for what's to come. So I'm a creative impact coach, and I help visionary and soul-led coaches and creatives and healers and writers really have the impact that matches their potential so they can change the world with their magic. And I have lots of different kinds of training. I was originally trained in clinical and somatic psychotherapy, which somatic means in the body. So we really work on how do we resource, right? How do we come into our power? How do we have a calm nervous system so we can, be our best selves in the world? And I was also trained in Latino mental health. And it's just such a dream to be here supporting this school, because one of my deepest values is how do we really, really, truly have a world that works for everyone, in everybody, in every culture, in every country, in every language. And it means sharing resources. And I believe that knowledge, and especially knowledge that leads to transformation, is a resource, right? In somatic psychology, we resource the body. And so just to be able to share resources and knowledge and transformation all over the globe so that we can all be better parents and better leaders and just better in our lives and have what we need to thrive, have what we need to touch ourselves with love, to touch the world with love, it's just such a dream come true. And thank you, Jocelyn, for creating this beautiful space.
Thank you, Anna. That was so beautiful. Yes, 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 to everything you said. And wow. And this is what we're doing. We're creating a world that works for all. This is what we're doing through this very intense time on our planet, right? Through this eclipse portal, through all that we're moving through in these years. We are birthing that new world through. And I just love the words that you put to it, Anna. So thank you. Thank you for that. So beautiful. And actually, on that note, let's say the alchemical prayer together, everybody. So this is a magical, powerful prayer. Those of you who've been in the Sacred Planet or Quantum School community are probably familiar with this. For anyone who this might be new to, I recommend saying this prayer 3 times a day to really welcome miracles into your life. It works absolute magic. It's really incredible what happens when you start saying this regularly. And what I recommend is every time that you say this, and we can do this right now, turn toward the sun in your location so that you are opening yourself up to that light, to that abundance that the sun showers down upon us. And put your hands up so that your palms are open toward the sun. And this will naturally also open your heart and your heart chakra up to the sun to receive all that light as well. And we can just say this 3 times together. Dear universe, please send me all of the things that I need and most deeply desire that I do not even yet know are possible. Dear universe, please send me all of the things that I need and most deeply desire that I do not even yet know are possible. Dear universe, please send me all of the things that I need and most deeply desire that I do not even yet know are possible. And then bringing your hands in and placing them on your heart center. Take a deep breath in, really allowing yourself to receive on that in-breath. Receive all of these miracles that the universe is already streaming toward you. And on the out-breath, let go of any doubts, any fears, any resistance. Just let it go. Trust and surrender. And on the in-breath, once again, breathing in the blessings, the abundance, the miracles, letting them fill every cell of your being. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Blessed be. Aho. So as you're ready, open your eyes and come on back. And let's just chat for a moment about where we are on the wheel of the year on this powerful day. And so this is a beautiful illustration of the wheel of the year that shows these 8 high holy days of the earth-based traditions. And so we can see at the top and the bottom here, we have the solstices. We have the December solstice, we have the June solstice. And then at the cross points here, we have the equinoxes. We have the March equinox, we have the September equinox, and this is where we are right now. Mabon in the ancient Celtic name for it, okay? And then the cross-quarter days, right? May 1st, August 1st, November 1st, and February 1st are the halfway points between each solstice and equinox. So this is a beautiful way to look at the turning of the seasons and to look at these powerful celebrations where we recognize that these are special days. These are days that stand out in the sacred architecture of how our planet, our beautiful planet, the Earth, aligns with the sun, and how we are interacting with the whole cosmic architecture around us, right? So when we are at the autumn equinox or the spring equinox, and I know today is the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere, right? And it is the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere, this powerful, powerful time where we have the perfect balance of day and night, the perfect balance of dark and light. I will just share with you that I, at one time, this was in March of 2023, magically, when we were in Egypt that month, it was like a very, very magical occurrence that we got to be inside of the Great Pyramid and inside of the King's Chamber on the equinox day. And I can tell you that from inside of the pyramid, you could feel the energies of the equinox in a very, very powerful way. I've been inside of the King's Chamber multiple times over the years, and this was different. This was really something palpable and unique from the other days that I had been in there. And at first I didn't know why. And at some point during our sound healing and co-creation of a ceremony that we did from inside, I realized, wow, this feels different because it's the equinox, because we are in this portal of perfect balance and harmony between day and night and between dark and light. So I invite you to sense into that wherever you are on the planet. Really sense into this, because this is something we all experience together. Everywhere on the planet, we have equal day and equal night on this special day, right? So this unites us, this brings us together, and this is a powerful energy field that we can all sense into, connect in with, and receive the highest frequency energies and receive the healing. And we will do that in our ceremony and shamanic journey in just a little bit. But I invite you to just keep feeling into it for the rest of the day, even tomorrow. The few days surrounding this equinox will be powerful as well. And so just a little bit more about the equinox. This is a time in the world when we feel the polarities so strongly, right? We feel the separation, even among neighbors, friends, and family, right? The polarization of our world. And it is very challenging. And it is very difficult to see that and to feel that and to live that. And so this is just a very, very special importance to really celebrate the equinox because it has the potential to help us come back into balance, to help us find that beautiful middle point, that balancing point between the polarities. And these polarities, like I have here on the slide, we have dark and light, which are equal today. We have masculine and feminine, chaos and order, life and death, joy and grief. And these opposites are holding our world in balance, right? We never want to try to deny or fight against either side of these because both of them are equally important. For example, with chaos and order, right? Sometimes we think we would like to have order all the time, but that would be really boring and nothing new would ever get created, right? We need the chaos. We need both of them, right? We also wouldn't want chaos all the time. We've had a lot of chaos lately. We can see how that feels. We need the order as well, right? And the same with life and death. Both life and death are portals to the other. Death is always the portal to life, right? And so it's really important to recognize that there are these paradoxes in our world. I had a very powerful conversation with an Indigenous man in the Taos Pueblo several years ago in Taos, New Mexico. And he was explaining to our group that he was saying the Indigenous people, all Indigenous peoples around the planet, recognize and honor paradox and accept the concept of paradox. And he said, but in the modern world, mainstream modern culture, everyone wants to deny paradox because it's one of our ways that we try to be in control. We try to say, no, I only want life, not death. I only want light, not dark. I only want joy, not grief, right? But this is false. This is a mistaken way of seeing the world. We must invite both of the polarities in to find true balance in our lives. And actually, these polarities, these opposites, create the structure of our reality. Because in each of these cases, without one, we could not have the other. So these polarities are what we're honoring today, that we see them in the world, we see and feel them within ourselves. And at the equinox, we can honor the polarities and we can also work with them to recognize that wherever we feel separation or division, it's actually just an illusion because always both sides of those polarities, they're working together. They're creating magic together, right? They're creating our magical structure of reality. And when we then come into the center, this balanced point that is held in the center of each of those pairs of polarities, we realize the essential truth that we are all one, right? That we can all find our center and that we can come into the center together and that we can honor and respect and be kind to all others. So this is especially as celebrated by the ancient people and the indigenous people for so many millennia. This is reminding us too of the sacred reciprocity between us and our creator, as I say here on the slide, mother, father, earth, and cosmos, right? The creator, God, goddess, the earth and cosmos, who provide everything that we need. So how do we want to honor our relationship with them? How do we want to give back and be in this beautiful cycle of sacred reciprocity where we are receiving life, we are receiving everything we need to nurture us in our lives. And then also we're giving back our gifts to the world, or making an offering to the earth, or making an offering to the stars, to honor that sacred reciprocal relationship. So these are some invitations, some ponderings for the equinox today. And I invite you to really sense into what this means for you. And I would love to hear from everybody. What are you feeling today? What is coming up for you? What is coming through? Have you had a chance to, and I invite everybody to do this, just sit in meditation and feel the energy of the equinox and see what it will say to you. Right? I would love to see what everybody's saying in the chat. So I'm just going to check here. Let's see, Crystalline Rose, I love your name, says, definitely been releasing a lot of things that do not serve me during this eclipse period and allowing love and healing to come into my heart and life. Wishing the same for all of you. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Sharon says, intense hoping for balance and renewal. Yes, yes, yes. June says, joy and grief merged in my heart when I was healing in Vienna. I hope your travels were beautiful, June. That's amazing. Tina says, it's telling me to stop and rest. That is very important then to listen, Tina. I hope you can find time and space to do that. Aparajita says, releasing a lot and having intuitive hits and feeling compassion. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes. Arlie says, healing and awakening time. Beautiful. Sarah says, lots of joy, hope, looking forward to the future, and a paradox of utter chaos still unfolding. Yeah, yes. And that's part of it, right? To hold all of it. We are absolutely, during these years that we're in, we are strengthening our capacity to hold space for the paradoxes, to hold space for all that is, even as we see the chaos swirling in the world, or we see the chaos swirling in our own lives, right? To hold the space, to ground and center once again, come back into ourselves and hold the highest frequencies that we can. Oh, Patty says, awakened last night at 3 a.m. by a minor but very close earthquake. Yes. I'm glad you're okay, Patty. I'm glad it was minor. The earth is speaking to us so strongly. Okay. I love this, Wendy. She says, doing things differently. Today, I was moved to do everyday things differently, like my journey to work and the food stores. That's great. Yes, I love that. Love that. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for your shares. And everyone listening to this later as a replay, please also tell us in the YouTube comments, how are you feeling? What's moving for you today? We would love to hear. We will read all of your comments. I wanted to share a little bit with you today about this amazing Egyptian neter, or Egyptian goddess, Ma'at. And you can see her here. She is so beautiful. This is inside of Nefertari's tomb, where the beautiful full color hieroglyphs have been restored to their original color and brilliance. You can see how amazing it is. So Ma'at is here with the ostrich feather at her head. And she stands for truth, balance, and harmony. And she, as with all of the Egyptian Neteru, is a force of nature. And this is something really important about the Egyptian, what we would call deities or gods and goddesses. They're really not that exactly as we think of it today. They are forces of nature. And it's an important distinction, because if it's a force of nature, then that means that that force is within us, and that force is within everything around us, right? So we can connect with Ma'at because we can trust and know she is already right here within us. And she is the one who ensures that the universe and all of creation stays stable and harmonic and does not descend into chaos. So she would be important for us, right, to call upon at this time that we stand in now. She is the holder of the principles of balance, harmony, truth, justice, and integrity. And she is natural order and cosmic law. So she is upholding the original order, the sacred architecture of creation that was put in place by this great intelligence of the entire universe. She is upholding that. And you can't cheat that natural order and cosmic law, okay? We will always, always be brought back into that, even if we get out of balance. So she is here making sure that we stay in balance. And she is such a beautiful being for us to reflect on at the equinox time. And just one more slide here about Ma'at, which this is such a powerful thing to consider. So in this slide here, you'll see the hieroglyphic image on the right. This is King Seti I when he was first becoming a pharaoh. And he's holding in his right hand a tiny little statue of Ma'at. You can see the ostrich feather on her head here. This is in the Temple of Abydos, which is the grand and very mysterious and powerful temple that he built. So he's holding up this statue of Ma'at, and as he is coming into this kingship, as he is coming into, being the one who's going to decide, make the big decisions about this civilization, this powerful land of Egypt, he is stating the oath of Ma'at. And what's outside of this picture is Isis and Osiris are sitting right in front of him over here on their thrones, the great god and the great goddess. And he says to Isis and Osiris, "Thank you for granting me this powerful land, this beautiful kingdom that you are handing to me in perfect Ma'at, in perfect natural order and cosmic law. And I vow to use my life force to uphold that natural order and cosmic law in this kingdom, to ensure that at the end of my reign, I will return it to you in the same state of perfect balance and perfect harmony in Ma'at." Right? So can you imagine if our leaders today said this same oath when they came in? There was such a powerful and beautiful focus in ancient Egypt and truly in all of these ancient and indigenous civilizations in upholding this kind of balance, because ultimately this is in support of truth and integrity, and this is in support of life. Because when we are in balance, we know that life can continue. And this is something that was very, very important to the ancient Egyptians, because with the rising and flooding of the Nile and then the times of drought, they experienced the extremes, right, of life and death and survival level needs. And so they wanted to be very, very sure that they were doing everything that they could to keep the land in balance, to keep the energetics in balance so that they could have the best life. And this is something that ancient Egyptian children were raised with from the very beginning, to uphold these principles of Ma'at, truth, balance, and integrity throughout their lives. So this is so beautiful, and we can connect with Ma'at today. She is wonderful to connect with every day, really, but also especially on the equinox. And at the same time, we are emerging from the Virgo Pisces eclipse portal. And I know this has been intense. And I welcome you all to share what has been going on for you. What have been the major themes that you have experienced over the past 2 weeks? From September 7th to September 21st. That was the time between the 2 eclipses when we were in this portal. And you may have even noticed clues about it or foreshadowing about it going all the way back to August 23rd, which was the new moon before we went into the eclipses. I feel this whole time frame from August 23rd to September 21st is all very, very important for us to reflect on, because whatever the themes have been coming up during that window, it is the universe giving you some clues, giving you some hints and some information about what you are meant to transform next in your life. So there is a beautiful play sheet that Anna has created that is just gorgeous, that includes really amazing journaling questions to guide you in going into those deeper layers of what this eclipse portal has revealed to you. And then also connecting with the equinox energies to find integration and balance for that, right? And this is such an amazing thing that as we're coming out of the very intense eclipse portal, where we find out what we're meant to be transforming next, we have this day of balance. We have this day of integration, of getting clarity, of balancing those polarities that we might have been experiencing in really extreme ways over the last couple of weeks. So definitely tell us in the chat what's been going on for you during the eclipse portal. And those on YouTube, tell us in the comments if you're watching later. We will put, for those watching later, we will put the link to the play sheet in the description field right below the video. So don't worry, you'll have access to that too. And whatever the themes are that the universe has shown you from August 23rd to September 21st, this is what you're going to be asked to work on and to up-level and to transform in your life over the next 6 months, actually, until the next eclipses happen, which will be in late February, early March 2026. And so you want to really do that kind of journaling, do that kind of inner work now to get clear so that you can understand what are the themes that the universe was calling you to look at. What are the things that were put in your path, perhaps, or put into your life that you weren't expecting, the events that showed up, the conversations that were happening, the feelings, most especially, that you've been feeling over the last 2 weeks to 4 weeks. Those are really, really important to reflect on, to work with, to look at them as clues and information that are guiding you. And we want to then, to the universe, in the way that feels right for us, we want to say the sacred yes to that transformation, because always when we have an eclipse, the universe is going to offer us this opportunity for the up level, this opportunity for the transformation. And we don't want to turn away from it, right? We don't want to say no. We want to really embrace it. We want to do the journaling, do the meditation, do the reflection, whatever is needed to get clear. And it's okay if you're not clear today yet, because it just happened. So give yourself time and space. But you want to really take the time to get clear and then say your sacred yes to whatever you know in your heart that transformation is for you. And allow yourself to focus on that over the next 6 months. Allow yourself to let that blossom, to let that up level come in and occur in your life over the next 6 months. I think I've said some of this already, the importance of all of this happening at the same time, right? I do think that there's a very powerful thing happening today that I've been feeling, and I've heard from a couple of friends about, and I would love to hear in the chat if this has happened for anybody else, that there are these themes that came up over the last 2 weeks, and then today on the equinox, it got somehow just cleared. It got somehow just released. It's very interesting. And I think this is what's becoming available to us as we've been moving through these powerful times. We're increasing our capacity for magic. We're increasing our capacity for healing. And so the healing can happen even faster than we ever imagined. So really open your heart and open your mind to that. If there's something that you're ready to just put it down, you're ready to just clear it and release it, even if it seems like that would be a miracle if that happened. Hold space for it, because that could happen today. That could happen tomorrow. We don't have to go back and revisit all the trauma and do all the, years and years of healing anymore. We can make these big leaps ahead. We can do the clearings in an instant. So really trust that and invite that into your life if it feels what is needed for you. Let me see what we have in the chat now. Let's see. Charlene says, I found myself being quite happy and feeling lighter today. That's amazing. Maybe you have cleared something important. Let's see. Steinar says, cleaning the slate, working on all fronts to turn around a major case gone wrong against me and my family, finally becoming the opportunity it always should have been. Wow. Yes, that's amazing. That kind of a shift, right? That's what is possible and available for us now. Paula says, standing in new boundaries and ways, lots of expansion through studies, feeling peace in my heart and connecting to new, gentler ways, reconnecting to music. Beautiful. Jenna says, freeing from financial stress and greater love energy. Beautiful. Yes, and everybody, please make sure that in the little blue drop-down box right above where you're going to type in the chat, make sure you click on that blue box and click everyone. Because if your comment above it says host and panelist, then only Anna and Kathleen and I can see it. But if it says everyone, then everybody here can see it. Thank you, Anna, for reminding me of that. Okay. So let's lean in to what we've learned over the last 2 weeks. Let's lean into what is coming through for us, the transmissions we're receiving about what we're meant to transform, and really trust that, really embrace it and embody it in every way that we can. Now, in alignment with this beautiful balancing energy and the sacred reciprocity that I've spoken of, right? We want to come back for a moment to the sacred economics aspect of what we're creating here in the quantum school. And we just wanted to say a little bit more about this because it's so relevant to these energies of Ma'at. It's so relevant to these energies of the equinox. Because through offering these programs 100% on donation basis, right, we are really creating a new construct that I hope many others will go on to do as well, right? That many others will go on to also begin offering, right? That we're really pioneering a new way forward with this. And we're doing this in a way that brings balance and sacred reciprocity back into our consciousness, back into our learning, back into our ways of connecting all around the world. And we are liberating ourselves, and we hope that everybody involved with this is liberated from any restrictions or limitations. There's this really magical thing that happens when we create these courses and our amazing teachers come in and bring their brilliance in, and then we're able to offer them on a donation basis. That everyone joining is coming in their complete sovereignty. And it's just so magical, right? We're not saying there's a set price and you have to pay $350 or whatever that number might be. There's no set price. So this amount is right for this person. This amount is right for that person. Everybody comes in their true and original sovereignty, no restrictions, no limitations. And so this is really about what we stand for as we are building this radical new world. And as we're allowing that new world to be birthed through us, because none of us here today know exactly what we're building yet, right? But we are doing it by intuition. We are doing it based on our own visionary sense of what is possible, right? So I invite you to think about this too for your own life, right? What do you stand for? And what is the new way forward that you might want to pioneer, right? Whether it may be something just in your own household, right? And that could make a tremendous difference for everybody in your family or in your community, right? Something in your neighborhood or something that you want to share more widely with the world, right? There's no like too big or too small. It's like whatever you feel called to, whatever you stand for, whatever you know that you're called to build and bring your gifts to in creating this radical new world. I invite you to really think about that today and be inspired by that and follow it with all your heart, because that is something that's going to bring you a lot of joy in your life. As we feel so much joy every time we get to come together as the Quantum School team, right? And this is also about what we are passing along to future generations. I will share with you in a minute my story of how we started offering donation-based courses in quantum or in Sacred Planet, and then how it grew into the Quantum School. Briefly, but it's a brief but important, story to ponder today. And I really hope that this is going to be something that grows and continues to grow exponentially, that we can really pass along to future generations, right? so future generations on our planet can be living in this truly sacred economic, truly revolutionary wealth that is equally available to all, right? For the future of our world. So we have some stories from the frontiers of the sacred wealth revolution that we're going to share with you now. And I hope you'll really have fun hearing these stories. I know we will have fun sharing them with you. So thank you, Anna, too. You're helping me a lot today, Anna, with the reminders of what I meant to say. We are going to soon, after we share these stories, we're going to move into a ceremonial space. Okay, so keep your candle lit, keep your sage and palo santo at your side, whatever beautiful sacred items you might have. We're going to have a beautiful equinox ceremony and a shamanic journey that I will guide you in. And so just hang on and don't leave, because I want you to definitely get to the ceremonial piece here. But we have some fun stories to share with you in the meantime. So I will just share a little bit about how I began offering donation-based courses. Originally, I was offering, online courses through Sacred Planet ever since 2016. I was offering different online courses and always loved teaching them, and always had, I would say 20, 30, 40 people sign up for my classes, and they were always at a set price, like $199 or $149 or something like that, right? Good, normal for online courses. And there was a course that I was creating in early 2020, and it became ready for me to announce it and start sharing it with people around the middle of March 2020. And as I was putting the finishing touches on this course, and this course is still available, actually. It's called Shamanic and Alchemical Medicine for Radically Changing Times. So that's interesting. It's still very relevant. And it's about overcoming fear as we're moving through all the changes. So in any case, I was putting it out there, and I was hearing from people in the community as we were starting to be on lockdown from the pandemic, right, in March of 2020, about people with the yoga studios having to close the doors to their studio. People who were teachers and were laid off from their jobs. All kinds of different scenarios like this, where people suddenly were losing their sources of income because of these effects of the pandemic and the shutdown. And it was heartbreaking to hear these things. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to put my course out there and say, like, you have to pay this amount to join my course. I don't want it to be limited in that way. And I wouldn't want somebody that just had to close down their yoga studio but really wants to take my course to be blocked out of it, right? So I decided to do an experiment, and I decided to make that course available, donation-based, and I had no idea what was going to happen. I figured I would still get probably my same 20 or 30 or 40 people, and, figured it would be pretty normal. What happened was just incredible. I put that course out there in the same way as I had always done, except that I made it donation-based rather than set price. And over 150 people joined this course just in the space of a week that I had the doors open. 150 people joined, and some people paid $1, and that was fine. And some people paid $500 because they wanted to, and they wanted to support, the mission. And I was moved to tears so many times as I saw all these donations coming in, and understanding, like, when somebody sent $1, that dollar was big for them. It wasn't, it was significant for them to be sending that dollar. Or if they sent $20, right? And for the person that sent 500, that was significant for them because they wanted to uphold the mission and support me in what I was doing. And so it was like every single one coming in, I blessed and thanked every single donation, because I could feel the power and the sovereignty of every single person as they were sending that money over, regardless of the amount, right? All being equal. And then we had such an amazing class because there were so many people attending. It was so wonderful. The community was just like incredible. I'll put the course and a link to it in the chat if you want to check it out in a little bit when I'm done my story. But it was Shamanic and Alchemical Medicine for Rapidly Changing Times. So in any case, this was such a powerful experience for me. So then within Sacred Planet, I continued offering sometimes set prices and sometimes donation-based prices, but I found out over time it was way more fun for me and everybody involved to just do donation basis. So I gradually evolved to this model of pretty much every course I offered was donation basis, except for, of course, programs where I'm like, it's a one-on-one, coaching or something where I have to be like giving a huge amount of attention to people. That's a different story. And so when I had the opportunity to offer a course on the Shift Network, that was in 2023. It was a beautiful opportunity. I offered a course on ancient Egypt and like a journey through the temples of ancient Egypt every week. I was thinking about this model of the Shift Network, right? And I was thinking, oh my gosh, what if we take this kind of a school, right? This kind of an online academy, and we make every single course donation based? What would happen? And then we decided to find out. And we launched the Quantum School in January 2024. And it has been such a beautiful journey. And I still feel that energy of every single donation that comes in is powerful and meaningful because that person made a highly conscious, sovereign choice about the amount that was right for them and what felt right for them to become a part of that class. And Kathleen and Anna have been here with me on the journey. And I want to give a shout out also to Ami, who was previously on the Quantum School team. Ami and Kathleen were originally started the whole thing with me and built it up. And Anna has joined more recently this year. And it's just such a joy and an honor to be working with both of you in bringing this out to the world. So thank you both. And thank you all in the community for seeing this vision, for supporting this vision, for coming on in and taking the classes. I hope you have received so much from these courses. And we're just growing from here. It's going to be so much fun as we continue expanding, and you'll see a little bit of what's coming next. We'll share with you in a bit. So I know Kathleen and Anna, you have beautiful stories on the frontiers of sacred economics as well. So I'll turn it over to you.
Well, my journey to be sitting here today began with a course 4 years ago called Miracles and Synchronicity that Jocelyn offered donation-based, and I only had limited resources, so I could only donate a very small amount. I'm also in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and exchange rate is not that kind to the US dollar. So I took this course and I was devoted, even though I'd only donated a small amount, I was just devoted to the rituals. And from there, this course came out called Mysteries of Ancient Egypt. And I had never felt a calling like this before. And when I took this course, it was a homecoming. And from then, so I was able to donate a little bit more for this course. After the Mysteries of Egypt, I went on to be in bigger containers with Jocelyn, her astrological containers, where I could pay more. Then I came into a year-long mentorship called Radical New World, where I was meeting with Jocelyn every month. So I went from only being able to donate a very little amount at the start to more and more. And then Jocelyn put out a call to us, inviting someone to be a course manager for the Global School for Quantum Evolution. And had no marketing background. I was like, this was so far out of my comfort zone, but my guides were like, just do it. Just send in a little Zoom recording and see what happens. And so I just really am passionate about the journey that begins with donating from heart, soul, whatever amount that you can offer, because I'm a living example of what can happen when we follow soul and just share from heart. And I feel higher learning is a birthright, and that if you feel a call, there should be no restrictions at all. And this is what I call sacred wealth revolution. And how can we start using the currency of frequency and use this currency going forward? So yes, thank you for allowing me to share. It's my greatest passions, co-creation and revolution. And that's what our It's what our Global School for Quantum Evolution stands for. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. It's such a beautiful story. And it was you taking the leap, right? It was you saying, yes, yes, I want to learn more. I want to learn about miracles and synchronicity, and that's just, it's so magical where it can take us when we say that yes, that initial yes, like we have no idea where it's going to lead to, and it's so magical. So thank you for your yes.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Kathleen. I love it. I just feeling so much honor and gratitude, and thank you, Ami, too, for helping us pave the way and create everything that you did. So we're just holding you in our hearts and with so much love. So I wanted to share two stories really briefly, and the first is about me and my beautiful mama. So me and my mom have the absolute best relationship. I think she might be on the call today. She actually attends so many of the courses. We talk on the phone almost every day. I call her when I'm like need more sparkles, need more light, need more magic, and it really was not always like this for us. So I'm 46 now, and we had a lot of intergenerational trauma in our family, like maybe many other people on this call have experienced. And there was just depression, and there were all these challenging things. I actually ended up growing up with a transgender parent, and so we had a lot of things in our family. And one of the things that really began to move me and my mama forward was we took one of these donation-based courses together. And we could take it because it was donation-based. So we both could take it together. And we began to have something to talk about that was really light-filled. And we were learning new skills and new capacities together. And it really changed the dynamic between us. And Jocelyn recommended a book. I can't even remember. I was trying to find it on my bookshelf and I couldn't, but Jocelyn recommended a book. And we ended up doing a book club with my sister. And we like we just I have the family I always wanted, and the door opened because of a donation-based course. And obviously we took the next steps and we kept, walking through the doorway, but it opened. And I will always be grateful for that. And I love that, we can offer this to so many more people. So thank you. And thank you. There's someone on the call right now who introduced me to Jocelyn. I see your name coming through in the chat. So thank you for this, because it changed my life and my family. So thank you. And then I wanted to share too, just what a big difference it made for me. So I have a very scientific background, like trained as a psychotherapist, been a manager, and I've always loved magic, always loved sparkles, but there was just this like part of my personality I couldn't quite touch. Like I wasn't strong enough to really touch it. And I took one of Jocelyn's courses and it told me about past lives. And I learned about my past lives, and I was able to find this block on my visibility and my magic. And I'm able to help people so much more in my own career because I was able to just dip my toe in and see what was possible in this realm of synchronicities and magic and all of this. So just thank you so much, Jocelyn, for creating this and for the changes it's made for me and for everyone that I touch. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Anna. That is so beautiful about your mom and your sister, and yeah, how that brought you all together in a way that was totally unexpected. I love it. So amazing. Thank you, thank you. Thank you both for your stories. It's so inspiring to hear. Yeah. And this is the magic that we want to create in the world, right? Everybody. This is the radical new world building. This is creating possibilities that we didn't even know were there that can lead us to these beautiful places, magical events in our lives, miracles breaking through. So we're just so delighted to be sharing this kind of magic with you all. And we do have an exciting announcement, which is that, and I'll put this slide up, we're reopening 4 of the previous quantum school courses. If you are have been interested in any of these and were not able to take them because they were closed since they were initially offered, we're opening them again. And these are some of our most highly acclaimed, most very popular ones. And I know at least one of our teachers is on the call here. I've seen Tayria. I've seen your name pop up in the chat. So hi, Tayria. So glad you're on with us here today live. And Taria's amazing, amazing course is called We Keep Our Eyes on the Night, Reviving the Indigenous Mind. And those of you who know Tayria, you can imagine how incredible this course is. And so she's, bringing in the dream mindset and the dream expertise that she has, but also this profound experience that she has with the Indigenous traditions, with the vision quest, with so many aspects that help us remember who we really are in that Indigenous sense. So this is a powerful course, and we're reopening that one. We are also reopening Adam Apollo's course, which was very, very popular, which we ran earlier this year. It was called The Spiritual Technologies of Galactic Civilizations. And this is truly, truly galactic, truly interstellar, really, really will rocket you to the next level of your connections with the stars and your star families in the most powerful ways. So this course is amazing. If you are interested, we will be putting the links in the chat soon, and we will be putting the links in the description field below if you're watching this later as a replay. And then we're also reopening Veronica Goodchild's course, The Book of Life and the Mysteries of the Blue Rose. And this course received just the most incredible comments from everybody who took it. Veronica Goodchild is a truly incredible, teacher and an expert, and she has studied this for decades. These mysteries of Mary Magdalene, the mysteries of the truth of our history, like beyond what's written in the Bible, right? Beyond what we're taught in school. What is this feminine lineage of the blue rose? And it's just an incredible course. We'll take you deep into the imaginal realms. So if you are interested in that one, you are welcome to check it out. Again, all of these are by donation basis, so no limitation, no set price. And then finally, this also is a very, very powerful course, Medicine Wheel, Spiritual Technology for Healing and Belonging, guided by Cater Brown. And Cater has been trained by a number of different Indigenous elders and leaders throughout his life, and he has spent profound time in Vision Quest and deep in nature. And so he brings this knowledge forward in the most powerful way. I always feel once I hear Cater speaking or teaching a class, like I've been already changed and shifted. And just by hearing his words, it really shifts your perspective on reality. So this is an amazing, amazing course as well. Really, really deep and meaningful and life-changing. So we hope you all will enjoy these courses. They're going to be open indefinitely. I'm not sure exactly how long we'll keep them open, but go ahead and join now if you feel the call. And we're so excited to make them available again. And I think those links are in the chat for you now, if you'd like to check them out. Now, we wanted to also just give you a brief look ahead at some of our future teachers that are coming up next. So our very next teacher is going to be Robin Rose Bennett. And I think many of you may know her. She is a very prolific author, an amazing herbalist and medicinal plant expert. And she will be having her live webinar on October 8th. So we invite you to join. And if you go to www.quantum-school.com, you can find her, the sign up to join this webinar, this free online gathering. Plants as Healing Allies, a ritual and experiential adventure beyond separation and into love. So I hope that you will join us then on October 8th. And I think Anna is putting that link in the chat right now too, if you want the direct link to sign up for that amazing gathering coming up. And following that, we will have this powerful opportunity brought to you by Verdeluz Celestial, which is this incredible combination of astrology and human design and archetypal knowledge. And it's called Building the Starchetypal Village. You will be blown away by this. We can't wait to bring it to you. It's happening free on October 22nd. So mark that on your calendar. We don't have a link quite yet to sign up, but it will be coming soon. And then we have two amazing courses. These are the free events that start everything out, but two amazing opportunities coming up. Maria Isabel will be presenting Astrology and the Alchemy of the Home. And she has this incredible perspective because she's an architect and she's just incredible with art and interior design and astrology. And she brings that all together to help you up-level your home space, your home environment based on your astrology. It's just incredible what she does. That will be coming in November. And then Baljit Rayat will be bringing you The Hidden Power of Sexual Energy in December 2025. This is going to be a very, very powerfully healing course to help you connect in with that power that you have within you that maybe you haven't been able to access yet. And she's going to help you to do that in these really beautiful, powerful ways. And we have many courses in 2026 coming up, but we wanted to just give you a sneak peek of one of those, which is our dear friends, Erica Horkaya and Mark John Brown are going to bring you this free gathering that's called Plant Wisdom for Modern Times, Everything You Need to Know About the Psychedelic Renaissance in Today's World. So this is coming up too, and so much more in 2026. So we're just really delighted about the visionary, radical nature of these courses, the way that they're going to help those of you who feel called to engage with them just expand your life, heal, grow, and welcome in all of the visionary gifts that you are here to bring into the world. So we're super excited about all of this. I would love to hear your comments. Anybody who would like to share any thoughts that you have so far before we go into the ceremonial space, because that's what's coming up next. Let me check the chat.
Jocelyn, can I say one thing really quick?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
forgot to say this. The alchemical prayer that you shared, I had it on my wall from that original course that I took, and it was almost faded, like I couldn't even see it anymore. And the morning that you reached out to have me be a course manager, I'd actually seen it on my wall and said it 3 times. And then you reached out. So Jocelyn's prayer is amazing. We'll put that in the chat again for you as well. But just wanted to add that in.
That's so beautiful. I love that, Anna. Thank you. And all of this, everything we're talking about today, I just so invite everyone listening to know miracles are completely possible. There is so much more available for us than what we have been told. And you can really trust in that. You can really, really trust in that. So take the leap into whatever the and let these courses let them take you and help you with questions that are in the chat. So someone is asking, are these self-study courses now? So yes, the 4 that we are reopening, Taria's course, Veronica's course, Adam's course, and Cater's course, they are self-study now. We're not doing a live, re-presentation of them. They're self-study, so you will receive all the modules when you join, and you can take them at your own pace. And I do know that for Adam's, the online group is still available. Is that right, Kathleen? There was like a WhatsApp group? Yeah. So that apparently I think is still very active, and you will get to, have access to the WhatsApp group and get to engage with the community there with Adam's class, because he is still managing that and still active in there, which is fantastic. Let's see if there are any other questions or anything else. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Okay, somebody's asking, are these located on the Shift Network? So no, these are not on the Shift Network. These are on the Quantum School. These are Quantum School courses. So we hope that you will love them. Okay. Thank you so much for the beautiful comments, everybody. It's so wonderful to have you here with us. So let's move into our equinox ceremony. And I'm going to shift my screen just for a moment because I want to grab the music for our ceremony. And I'm going to put this music in the chat, and I will also put it, music ceremony. So putting this in the chat right now, I will also link that below the video in the description field, and all of the links that we shared today will be in the description field below the video. If you're watching this later, don't worry, just scroll down below the video on YouTube and you'll see all of those links. And let's see here. I will actually share, instead of a PowerPoint slide, I will share that beautiful image more full screen so you can see it more clearly. Here we go. So I have put that music into the chat, and I invite you to press play on our beautiful ceremonial music when you feel ready. And I invite you then to take your candle, if you have one, and take your sage or Palo Santo, and let's light those. I have Palo Santo here. And if you don't have those, if you don't have any of the above, don't worry. We are joining hearts and hands all around the world, and so you can share from your neighbors here in the Quantum School community, and I will be sending this Palo Santo through to you all across all time and space. So lighting your sage or Palo Santo or lighting your candle, just take a deep breath in, honoring the flame, the fire element, honoring the sacredness of the plant medicine of the sage or Palo Santo or any herbs that you might have. And then just sharing this around your space and our shared collective global space here. And I am sending this beautiful Palo Santo smoke to all of you across all time and space, bringing cleansing and purification and healing in the most powerful ways. And I like to do figure eights with the Palo Santo. So if you want to, you can do that. That infinity, infinite, eternal energy, bringing that in as we open sacred space here once again. And when you feel ready, go ahead and just close your eyes and get comfortable in your space. And I'm going to turn off my video. If you ladies would like to, you're welcome to as well, just for this part. And everybody, you can either close your eyes or gaze lightly at this beautiful galaxy image on the screen. And take a deep breath in, breathing in the sacredness of life. Breathing in the powerful energy of this equinox day. And allow yourself to settle into a slower and deeper rhythm of breathing, where on every in-breath, you are inviting and welcoming in the abundance, the magic, and the miracles. And on every out-breath, you are breathing out, letting go of, releasing anything that you no longer need. And just continue this magical rhythm of breathing. As you let the music carry you into a deeper state of consciousness. And allow your awareness to shift down out of the thinking mind and into your heart or into the center core of your body. For this is where our deepest intelligence and awareness lies. And I invite you to imagine yourself now in a beautiful place in nature. And just notice what place on the earth you are drawn to and where you find yourself standing with your bare feet upon the earth. The soles of your feet connecting in with the powerful energies of Mother Earth. And as you lift your gaze and look up to the sky, you see the brightly shining sun with its radiant light shining down upon your face and upon your skin. And allow yourself to receive these beautiful energies, the light from the great above, and the unconditional love from Mother Earth below. And notice that you are standing in the center, in this place of perfect harmony and balance as you receive equal. And whatever it is that you most need in your life at this time, go ahead and ask the earth and ask the cosmos for whatever you need. And know that it is already being granted to you. As you state your intention from this place where you stand in balance and harmony, feel the shifting of the energies around you as this possibility of your intention grows and multiplies. And you realize that it is far more possible and available to you than you ever imagined. Really let yourself feel that shift and really allow yourself to let this possibility into your heart. And know it is already speeding toward you. And there in your beautiful place in nature, you will begin to feel the presence of a guide. And this is a very trusted friend and ally who is arriving here to be with you now as your guide. Turn toward them and notice, who is it that has come to join you here today? This may be an angel, it may be a power animal, it may be one of your ancestors or one of your other guides. And you can welcome your guide, give them a hug if you would like, welcome them into the space, and thank them for joining you here today. Now your guide is going to take you on a magical equinox tour. And to begin, your guide is going to give you some wings so that you can fly. And together with your guide, you get to fly at their side and rise up from the ground level of the earth rising up through the levels of the tree branches until you reach above the tops of the trees and flying up higher and higher up into the clouds and even through the highest levels of the clouds until you find yourself looking down upon our beautiful, beautiful earth. And you are so high up now, you can see the earth in her entirety as you hover there with your guide. And gazing back at Mother Earth, you see her beautiful blue and green jewel tones. You can see the brown of the deserts and the mountaintops. You can see the white snow at the poles. And just give yourself a moment to marvel in the beauty of this world that we are a part of, our beautiful planet. And your guide now is going to turn your direction or turn your attention in the direction of the sun so that you can notice the incredible geometric alignment of the sun and the earth on this particular day on the equinox. And as you gaze at the distance between the sun and the earth, the veil is pulled back from your eyes and you can suddenly see the incredible sacred geometry that is connecting the earth and the sun. And you can see how on these powerful days like the equinox and the solstice, that this geometry between the earth and the sun is perfected. And we feel it on the earth as a higher frequency of energies, a higher frequency of light streaming in that we can access, that we can connect with, and that becomes part of every cell of our beings on this day. And as you look out even farther, you begin to notice the most incredible sacred geometry, connections, not only between the earth and the sun, but between the earth and the other planets in our solar system as well, between the earth and certain stars. And as your guide is pointing this out to you, you are filled with the vastest inspiration in understanding the sacred architecture that you and all of us are a part of. And you feel a deep sense of how you are perfectly meant to be here. And you have a perfect interweaving with this sacred geometry of the cosmos that you are bringing here on Earth. And your guide informs you that what you do every day and how you give your gifts to the world and how you share your kindness and your light amplifies this sacred geometry between the earth and all other creations. We are each important and we are each ma'at. We are each upholding and protecting the integrity and the sacredness of this beautiful architecture of all things, just by living and being true to ourselves. And so your guide informs you this is part of the reason why the equinox is so special, because it is not only the alignment of the earth and the sun, It is the alignment of every single one of us upon the earth that matters. Now, if you have a question for your guide, anything you might like to ask them so you can better understand what they have shown to you today, go ahead and ask that question now and just listen carefully for the answer. And now, before your guide and you begin to fly back down to the earth, hover for a moment still in this place up above. As your guide invites you to look down at the earth, and you see that there is a beautiful shimmer of light wrapping itself around the earth, amplifying the sacred geometry and bringing increased light frequencies into our entire planet on this sacred, powerful day. And your guide informs you this increased light frequency is because of these beautiful intentions and prayers and dreams and meditative energies that so many people around the world are doing on the equinox. And your guide is very happy because this indicates that people are remembering what we have always known. People are remembering what an important day this is, and we are once again engaging with the sacred geometry. Huge numbers of us in ways that have not been done in a very long time. And your guide tells you that this is shifting everything towards a higher outcome, a beautiful and radiant future for all. And so now it is time to return, to come and fly back down through the levels of the clouds with your guide still by your side. And then you will see the treetops getting closer and closer as you lower down through the levels of the tree branches and land softly standing once again on the earth. And your guide tells you this shift in the human collective today is clearing out the old belief systems, the old structures, the old limitations out of your reality. You can trust this. It is being shifted now as we speak. So let yourself feel that shift. See how it arrives for you. See what you feel in your body. For you are a part of the earth, and every ripple of light that the earth feels is a part of you as well. And so your guide tells you that it is time for them to go, but that you can contact them again anytime you wish, for they are here to guide you always. Now, as you see your guide leaving, stay for a moment in this beautiful place in nature. Let yourself stand there with your bare feet, connecting in with Mother Earth once again. Feeling the bright light of the sun on your face once again. And go ahead and make an offering to the earth and the cosmos. Whatever offering your heart desires will become available to you. So notice what the offering is. Maybe it is a crystal or a feather, tobacco or cornmeal, or some other gift. a sacred offering. And you can lay that down upon the earth in front of you and know that it is well received by the Great Mother, Gaia, Pachamama, the Great Below, as well as by the sun and the stars and the great above. And as you continue to stand there, having made this offering, put your hands out to either side, for we are all joined together in sacred circle here in this ceremony. Let us join hands all around the world. So as you reach out your right hand, feel yourself connecting with someone else in this sacred circle, some other place on the earth. Hold their hand. Reach out with your left hand and hold the hand of another in this group. And know that all together we are holding one another's hands. We are joined together in a circle, stretching all the way around the world. And we can send out this prayer, this highest intention, that whatever most needs to be cleared and released for each person in this ceremony, so that they can be brought back into perfect balance and harmony. Let that healing and clearing happen now, in an instant, for the highest good. And as we continue holding hands, whatever most needs to be cleared and released from our world, so that it can all be brought back into balance, let that healing and clearing happen now, in an instant, for the highest good for all. And you may be able to see the whole circle of our gathering as you are holding hands on both sides with our amazing community members, and just look around that circle and smile at these other incredible beings who have gathered together today, and know that what we share in our intentions and our visions together is powerful, and it is real, and it is true. So let us all take just a moment now to hold the highest vision for the future of our world. A light-filled, radiant, joyful future. Just let yourself envision that in your mind's eye for a moment, or in your heart's eye. Hold that vision as we hold this beautiful vision together. We are shifting reality. We are creating magic. We are bringing in new potentials filled with light and love and peace and joy. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Blessed be. And go ahead and give both of the hands that you're holding a loving squeeze, and then let go of those hands in the circle. Take a deep breath in and allow yourself to begin fading out of that beautiful place in nature and fading back into the present moment, where you are attending our equinox gathering. Take another deep breath in, coming back to your breath, coming back to your body. On the out breath, let yourself become more and more fully present here. And you may wish to wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit, helping you to come back. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. And welcome back, everybody. Thank you for journeying and holding this ceremony together with us. We wish you all the most joyous equinox and eclipse emergence day. And we invite you to really work with those beautiful journaling questions in the play sheet so that you can discover the deeper layers of what's been moving for you through this portal and integrate that and carry it forward. We have set powerful and very strong intentions here today, everybody. Thank you for joining with me. So much love to you all. Thank you, Anna. There's the play sheet link, everybody, once again in the chat. And so much love to you all. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Mwah.